The Human Settlements portfolio of Infrastructure South Africa aims to unlock key projects in the human settlement sector and to build a credible human settlements infrastructure pipeline. The portfolio includes human settlements projects consisting of catalytic projects under the Integrated Residential Development Program of the Department of Human Settlements, social housing projects and projects in the private sector, the National Upgrading Support Program, and student accommodation projects. A major facilitator of ISA's efforts is the Infrastructure Development Act that provides for fast-tracking regulatory approvals and mobilizing funding for public sector projects. ISA also works closely with key stakeholders such as the National Department of Human Settlements, the Housing Development Agency, the National Housing Finance Corporation, the Social Housing Regulatory Authority, the Development Bank of Southern Africa, the Department of Higher Education and Training, and the National Home Builders Registration Council. ISA engages with these stakeholders through its Human Settlements Technical Working Group, the gazetted IRDP project teams, and the Social Housing Working Team. Collaboration between these groups supports the work of both ISA and the Department of Human Settlements. One of the key programs in the Human Settlements portfolio is the Student Housing Infrastructure Program. The program aims to address the acute shortage of student housing at 26 public universities and 50 TVET colleges. A ministerial review in 2012 found that only 18% of students live at universities, with only 5% of first-year students in residences. Many students that rely on state student financial aid end up living in slum-like conditions in private accommodation. In the years following that, the Department of Higher Education and Training had established minimum norms and standards for housing at public universities and an accreditation program for private off-campus accommodation. But by 2016, when the Student Housing Infrastructure Program was established, it was clear that the private sector had opted not to partner with universities to develop student housing, but rather invested in off-campus housing mainly around WITS, UJ, UP and TUT. Between 2017 and 2020, the program added about 14,000 student beds, and another 24,000 were investigated for feasibility. The Student Housing Infrastructure Program Management Office was established to help secure and leverage public-private partnerships and funding, with the goal to build 300,000 additional student beds that are affordable and of a good quality by 2028, at an estimated cost of 80 to 100 billion rand. The Management Office partners closely with the Investment and Infrastructure Office and ISA for their help with regulatory and policy reform, accelerated approvals where possible, and alignment to municipal master planning, and for coordinating aspects such as identifying government-owned land in close proximity to post-school education and training facilities that could be used for accommodation. To ensure that projects have a greater chance of being sustainable and making a meaningful change, ISA identified a number of interventions that it will drive in the portfolio. These are to standardize processes and the information that projects need to document, including standards and structures, to develop a project and program information memorandum for all projects and a template for project submissions, to develop monthly, quarterly and annual reporting templates for all projects, which the Housing Development Agency and the Department of Human Settlements may also adopt, to develop templates for escalation requests that specify all the information that would help to fast-track regulatory and environmental approvals, to standardize project and program governance structures and practices for all projects, to structure projects and programs to unlock synergies from otherwise disparate activities to ensure that they have a higher cumulative impact and are better coordinated and integrated, to create a human settlements project toolkit to help better package the projects and programs in the sector for registration, including business cases using the internationally accepted 5-case model, to standardize funding-related documentation to comply with the requirements of local and international financial institutions, engage with possible funding sources, and examine funding from the fiscus to identify municipal-level spending patterns, and to engage and involve the private sector in delivering human settlement projects and programs. The ISA Human Settlements pipeline of 18 projects is worth an estimated 318 billion rand, will result in approximately 1.1 million living units, and will potentially create close to 500,000 employment opportunities. The majority of the projects are in their early business case phase, and one is ready for implementation. Through its human settlements portfolio, ISA will significantly contribute to much improved living conditions and the overall dignity of the citizens of South Africa. SIDS SA 2021 – Quality Infrastructure for Development, Recovery and Inclusive Growth.